welcome to my channel. So we've reached episode 6 of And Just Like That, and it's called Diwali. For you who don't know who Diwali is, it's a Hindu festival that celebrates the victory of light over darkness. And the episode is called Diwali because Carrie goes with Seema to her family's house to celebrate Diwali. Just giving you a little background. So in this episode, we see Carrie shopping for a new apartment. And out of the 46 other places that she rejected, she picked this one. I'm sure a lot of you out there would kill for this apartment, but I thought it was too much for her. It was too white. First of all, remember she was complaining that Seema turned her and Big's apartment, all into beige. Now she found this place that's completely white, and let me not get into the brightness of it all. She needs some shades. She needs big sunglasses to be walking around. I do not want to wake up with all that sun in my face. I like to sleep in full darkness. I didn't think that apartment suited Carrie at all. Carrie and Anthony, they go to this plastic surgeon office, who, by the way, I'm loving seeing more of Mario Cantoni, who plays Anthony. He has such good comedy timing, and he has the best banters on the show. I think whoever writes his one-liners are like heads off. So we're at the doctor's office, and it's a consultation for Anthony, but Carrie is the one that ends up getting consulted. And the plastic surgeon, it's played by Jonathan Groff, who's here. He's as charming as he always been. If he was my surgeon, I would let him do whatever he wanted to my face. That's how charming he is. He tells Carrie that he can make the last 15 years disappear off her face. And that hits a spot from her. And we see at the end of the episode that she says, "But I love the last 15 years," as she starts to unpack the boxes that were in storage, which she was dreading to do. And then we have the ladies, Miranda, Carrie, and Charlotte at this picnic. It's a beautiful park in New York. And they were talking about how society makes women feel bad about aging. And they're drinking this non-alcoholic bubbly. It made me wonder, now that Miranda quit drinking cold turkey, does that mean the other two can't drink around her? And then Miranda comes clean to Charlotte. She tells Charlotte that she had sex with Carrie's boss, Shay. Charlotte calls that little hookup an affair, and Miranda quickly says, "It was not an affair, it was just a finger." Look, if Miranda hooked up with the man and all they did was, would that be considered cheating? Because she's making it sound like it was nothing. If a man comes to you ladies and says, "It was just a blowjob," I mean, it's still cheating. It doesn't matter if it was just a finger, like Miranda said, or if a guy says, "It was just a blowjob." Come on, people. And at the end of the episode, as she's doing her husband's laundry, Miranda DM'd Shay asking if they want to get together sometime. Now I think it's safe to say that it is an affair. Because you do it once, but you want to keep going and seeing them, affair. Where the heck is Steve amidst all of this? No interaction with him whatsoever? Are we all gonna pretend he doesn't exist? I want Miranda to be happy more than anything, but blindsiding Steve is just not fair, especially when he came clean, years ago about his mistake. During the picnic, Charlotte told Miranda that she's not progressive enough for this / have non-binary sex. And I thought, well, Charlotte, you weren't progressive enough either last episode when Rose wanted to change her name to Rock. She's kind of contradicting herself here. Also, remember in Abu Dhabi when Carrie wanted to meet up with Aiden and Charlotte gave her such a hard time because she said that Carrie was married to Big and she was playing with fire then. And here, she doesn't mention Steve at all. And the fact that Miranda's married, all she cares about is how progressive she is. Speaking of Charlotte, I really like the scene of her and her girls and Rock saying that they wanted to change this and this and this about their room, you know, from the creepy offensive dolls to the painting on the walls. It's really interesting to see that a period where a kid is transitioning, it's also a period of transition for a parent. And then we have Nia the professor, who she has this friend Myrtle, but she calls her Furrow Myrtle because this woman, all she talks about are kids, and she's on her second kid in less than 2 years. She's expecting a third one, actually. Now, Nia is complaining that Myrtle only talks about babies and kids, and that didn't bother me at all because I have friends that have kids. I actually have one friend that did the whole, as soon as my first kid turns 1, I'm having the second one. So she has 2 kids in, yeah, like less than 2 years. And most of her conversations are around her kids. Yeah, we talk politics here and there, but most of her conversations are about her kids. So Myrtle, it wasn't much of a bother for me. Her husband, though, the most inappropriate moment of this whole show so far was that when that man tells Nia and her husband, such a nice man, by the way, he says, a couple like you gotta have babies. And maybe he meant it as a compliment, but for me it was like, dude, you know they're having fertility issues and you're going to say something like that? Where is your sensitivity chip, sir? By the way, this episode was directed by Cynthia Nixon, and that only proves even more how talented this woman is, because to direct yourself while masturbating using a vibrator can be easy. Last but not least, anyone out there figure out where that stupid beeping noise in Carrie's apartment was coming from? If I was her, I would just find the breaker box, hit every single breaker. I don't care if the electricity goes off, but I will find where that beeping it's coming from. And then she calls maintenance, and maintenance is like, we'll come in the morning. I'm like, I'm paying this amount of money for this luxurious apartment. Maintenance better be 24/7. Next week's episode, it's called Sex and the Widow, which will see Carrie dating again. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think, and this is a serious question, do you think that fingering, technically, it's considered cheating? Once again, what was that beeping noise coming from? I would love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the little bell, the notification button so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you next time.